right, bienvenidos. Bienvenidos de nuevo a nuestra segunda presentación del día de hoy. Ahorita tenemos a Georgianne Carter, Senior Manager de la IEEE Computer Society. También tenemos en línea a Ingrid Serrano, gerente de producto de la IEEE Computer Society. Vamos a dar un minuto más para que nuestros intérpretes se puedan configurar. Listo. Bienvenidos de nuevo. Yo creo que podemos comenzar ahorita. Les queremos dar a conocer sobre la IEEE Computer Society. Es importante destacar que la Computer Society es una sociedad dentro de la IEEE que provee un gran contenido relacionado a la ingeniería de la computación, todo lo relacionado a tecnología de inteligencia artificial, la investigación que se lleva a cabo. Es la sociedad más antigua que representa la IEEE. Y en fin, voy a dejar que Georgianne hable un poco más sobre la IEEE Computer Society y obviamente estamos aquí para cualquier pregunta que puedan tener. Georgianne, welcome. Can you hear us?
Thank you. I can.
Great. Welcome. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Gabriel. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining me today. I plan to share some information about the Computer Society, its digital library, and additional resources that may be of interest to you as a nonprofit. We will have a Computer Society digital library demo, and I'm open to questions and answers at any time. Please share them. The IEEE Computer Society is a nonprofit organization, and we are celebrating our 75th anniversary this year. We're very much a global organization with members and customers throughout the world. We are the largest of the technical societies that make up the IEEE, which happened to celebrate its 125th anniversary a few years ago. The CS has many technical committees in various areas of computing, some broad, like software engineering, others narrow in focus, like multiple valued logic. Membership in up to 4 technical committees is free for anyone to join, and many TCs produce electronic newsletters on what's going on in their area. Not only are we a membership-based organization, we rely on thousands of volunteers throughout the world to produce the intellectual property, publications, standards, conferences, and more. We also present industry and academic awards to deserving folks in our field. The CS produces 37 periodicals with over 824,000 articles in our digital library. The content goes back to 1968, and older content is still well utilized by our members and customers. Our publications have categories: magazines, which are more application-oriented, used by practitioners and undergraduate students. Our journals are more focused on research and best used by graduate-level students, faculty, and researchers. Here you can see the title list. Computer Magazine is our flagship periodical looking out across the entire field of computing and what's coming in the next 2 to 5 years. These are our 5 most highly rated transactions and their impact factors. And our magazines are also highly rated and cited. The CS has over 200 conferences a year globally. CS conferences are the best place to get the latest research on emerging areas of computing and make up a significant portion of the articles in the Csdl. For our academic customers, I always like to point out that the Csdl is multidisciplinary. Computing really touches on everything today. And in addition to the latest technologies, we have a history publication, touch on education with learning technologies, graphics and art, other sciences, and business and IT with our security and privacy and IT professional titles. There are many different ways to use the Csdl content, and I've listed some of those here. The platform has many useful features that I will show you in our demo. New articles are added daily. You can download citations, forward abstracts and article links to others, clickable math, which is very useful to those using that math, and multiple options for browsing and searching. The interface is mobile ready to be viewed on any type of device. We can add a customer's logo to the welcome area of the website. It is American Disability Act compliant with social media tools and more. I also want to point out some of our other resources that are freely available to anyone: newsletters, TC membership, local professional and student chapters, webinars, and training resources. Are there any questions before we move on to the demo? And here is my contact information. I welcome any feedback, questions, and of course, trial access requests for your institution. Okay, so now let's move on to the fun part of the presentation, and I'll do the demo. Just give me a moment to switch what I'm sharing. And can you see this now, the website?
Yes, Georgia, we can. Mm-hmm.
Okay, terrific. This is the Csdl homepage, and it is hosted from the computer.org website. You can see here it has recognized me since I have logged in, and this is where your institution's logo would be displayed as a subscriber. If we scroll down, sorry, I seem to have lost my mouse. If we scroll down, you can see that there's a basic search up top. Then it's displaying what are currently the most popular articles in our collection, a list of what are the most recently published articles and what's trending. We also display what are the most popular search terms right now. And the bottom area of the homepage contains links for more information for libraries, authors who wish to publish with us, and for researchers. Still having trouble with my mouse. Let me try it. Oh dear, apologies. I don't seem to have a mouse. Let me try switching to my other screen. Okay, can you still see my screen?
Yes, we can see now. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Next, I'm going to go ahead and show you browse capabilities. If I click on access my subscriptions, It will show you all of the periodical titles that you were able to access. You can also browse by subscription type, magazines, journal, and conference proceedings. Then you can browse a particular title. And I'll go ahead and choose our most highly cited periodical, Transactions on Pattern Analysis and Machine Intelligence. This will take you to the Periodicals homepage, which will show you the most current article and trending articles and news similar to the Csdl homepage. From here, you can select the current issue, past issues, or articles that have been accepted for publication as a preprint access, or get more details about the scope of the title and author guidelines. When you select a particular issue, it will take you to that issue's table of contents. When you click on a particular article, you go to that article's abstract page. Here you can see the authors, which are hyperlinked. And if you click on their names, which I'll show you later, you will be taken to a search result page that shows you all of the papers in the Csdl that were authored by that person. When you scroll down from the abstract area, you will see the article in HTML format. Or you will have an option to download the full PDF. All of our periodical content back to 1995 have HTML format. I want to show you some very useful features in the HTML. If you scroll down and you see a particular graph or image, you can right-click on that. And show the math. What's nice about that is you can actually copy and paste the math and use it in whatever you're working to. You can also go directly to the references at the end of the article. And at the very end of the article, in the HTML, you will see related articles, which can be very useful for someone to find more content in this particular area that they're researching. So now I'm going to go back to the Csdl, and I'm going to go ahead and browse conferences. Here you'll see a list of our conferences. You can filter from there, say for test, and see, oh, sorry, that was the search. That's not what I want to do. And here you can see all of our conferences that have something to do with text. You'll also see the number of years that it's been active. In the case of ATS, you can see it's been held for 29 years. If I click on the conference acronym, I'll be taken to a list of all of the years that conference was held. If I click on the conference itself, I get taken to the table of contents page for each proceedings. And if I click on the article, you'll see that I get taken to the abstract page, and I can see related articles as well as download a PDF. Here I can share the article link, I can generate citations, and more. So Any questions on the browse functionality before I move on to search? Okay, hearing none, I'm going to go ahead and search. So here we have a basic search where you can search on all, author, affiliation, conference, and DOI. I'm going to go ahead and search for artificial intelligence. And this is taking me to the basic search results page. There's a lot of information here. And you can also select the advanced search. But let me show you your current filters. You can filter by publication type or name. You can filter by the author name. And the affiliation, where you can actually filter by a particular university or corporation. If you only want to see any early access articles about this particular search term, if there are any, in this case there aren't, you can see them here. You can select your subscribed content if you're not subscribing to this full CS digital library, or just to look at open access titles. If I clear this filter here, you can see the total collection. And here we today have 827,585 articles in the digital library, coming from this many coming from our conference publications, our journals, our magazines, and our letters title. If I add an affiliation, let's say Columbia, you can see all of the universities that have some association with Columbia. If I select a particular author, you'll see all of the articles associated with this particular author. He's a pretty prolific author, coming from 484 conference papers. And you have the ability, if you choose to use the advanced search, to add additional keywords, as many as you care to. So are there any questions on, well, let me just show you also, if I choose an affiliation of, say, Zhang, I'm going to go ahead and filter for that. And I search. You can see there are a lot of articles coming from individuals with the name Zhang. So there's a lot of different ways that you can easily search and find what you need. You can also export all of these search results so that you have the information handy. Any questions on the search or anything else anyone wants to see related to that?
Jordan, there's one question on the questions box. I could read it for you. You like me to read it for you, or?
Please, Ingrid, thank you.
It says, hello, I am a regular reader of IEEE articles, but I would like to know if there is open access content, because I always depend on my institution's access.
There is open access content, and I'm going to go ahead and clear my original search term. And if I scroll down and I click on open access, you will see that we have 3,210 open access articles. Most of the Computer Society content is not currently published as an open access article, although we do have an open access periodical, and we do welcome submissions from authors who would pay to make their article open access. In the field of computing, most organizations are not supporting that open access yet, but they are available. We also make articles freely accessible when a new issue is published. For example, the most best article, say in Computer Magazine, will make it open to everyone to see as a sample for a limited period of time. So that's how to access that that content, but you can see it is a limited set of the content that we have currently. Any other questions? Okay, I do want to take time to show you some of the other freely available resources that the Computer Society has to offer. I mentioned before we're a nonprofit organization, and there's a lot of resources that folks can take advantage of. Our mission is to help advance the technology and support the professionals in the field with the resources that they need. And we make everything as economical, affordable, or free as we possibly can. So on the homepage, which is computer.org, you'll see kind of the latest information and things that we are making available. Here we have a webinar. If you want to get involved and volunteer with us, we certainly welcome that. What people are reading in various categories in our tech news. Computing Edge is a free publication which draws from across our magazines and publishes the best articles on a particular topic each month. And it is sent out free as a digital edition. And I will show you where you can sign up for that. Anyone is welcome to sign up for Computing Edge. And that's another way to get access to the best of our content for free. We have a jobs board, which obviously helps our professionals and perhaps our graduating students to see what jobs are available that employers are looking to fill. And then some additional information about various things. We have a software engineering podcast that's free, and I'll show you where to sign up for these types of things. I'd mentioned we have over 200 conferences annually, so our latest upcoming conferences will be shown here. And finally, what's trending again from the digital library. If I go back up to the top, you'll see this navigation bar. Here's everything you would need to know about Computer Society conferences. You can search the conference calendar if you want to organize a conference and get information about how to do that, our conference proceedings, and so forth. I know a lot of faculty and researchers do want to publish for the Computer Society Digital Library. It's very prestigious to be published in an IEEE title. So we have lots of information for our authors, calls for papers. You can drill down and get information about what each publication is looking for in terms of scope and submit papers. Here I mentioned you can browse the publications. I showed you that earlier. This is Computing Edge. And here is where you would sign up for your free edition. It does go out in print in the US, but it's digital everywhere else. And you can see here are some of the latest issues. This one's on blockchain, cryptocurrency. This one focused on security and privacy in smart homes, robotics. This one, software and careers, AI, social media. So there's a lot of different areas that these cover in the field of computing, and it's our best content. So please sign up for that. I'll go back. Under Get Published, here you'll see that there's Tech News. This is a newsletter. And Tech News publishes the latest technologies, information that are happening now. You can see some recent articles that have come also from our other newsletters. We have a Build Your Career newsletter, which may be very helpful for students who are looking to get out and start their careers. We have an insider newsletter that's primarily for our members, but it shares information about what's going on within the Computer Society, and so forth. We have a lot of different blogs and commentary that people are sharing. And all of these are openly accessible. Our podcasts. We have a series called Software Engineering Radio, and that is a very popular 20 to 40-minute broadcast that talks about a particular software technology or problem. And anyone is welcome to sign up to access any of those. So here, again, we have our digital library link. Under education, the Computer Society does offer a certification in the area of software, and anyone is welcome to sign up for these courses and certifications. There are charges for these, but they're certainly able to take advantage. Here, additional resources under education are Jobs Board. If you're a job seeker or an employer, you can go ahead and see what what there is available for you. Accept cookies. Again, under education resources, you'll see the newsletter link. And here is the list of newsletters that you may subscribe to for free. Most of them come out bi-monthly, twice a month. Here is where you can find a list of our webinars. These have been very popular. We're going to be doing a Spanish language webinar later this year, I believe in July, but we have them mostly in English. We have a couple of different tracks of webinars, and they're free to anyone. Anyone can sign up for these. One track focuses on career development, so it might be soft skills, and I'll show you some of those. 10 career mistakes, conversation skills for engineers, future ones that are coming, and previous webinars. So these are also available in addition to being hosted live on demand. So you can always go back and review any of these webinars. The technology lectures come from our distinguished lecturers, and these are all on technical topics, and they're varied. In terms of the topic, you can see here we recently did a webinar in Mandarin. And again, here are all of the previous technical topics, so feel free to look and see what is your interest area that would suit your university or your faculty departments, and take advantage of those. The Computer Society also is very involved in standards development. The IEEE puts out standards globally. Things like the 802.11 Internet Wireless standards came from the IEEE Computer Society. And there is a series of webinars on standards. The most current coming up will be on blockchain standards. So take advantage of these. And we also have live some of our, broadcast rather, some of our conference keynotes and sessions. So we've begun recording keynotes and sessions from some of our top conferences. Here you can see this one happens to be on valuing diversity, equality, and inclusion. This one happens to be on AI and wireless, and so forth. So you may not be able to attend a conference virtually today, but you're certainly welcome to take advantage of some of these types of resources that we make available to you. I'd mentioned the fact that we have communities that you can join, our technical committees. You can select what area of interest you're most will fit you best. Say, I want to focus on software. Here are 2 TCs that are software, or look at all areas. And you may join up to 4 TCs for no charge. They're working in this particular area of computing and welcome anyone to join. Many send out newsletters that focus on what they're working on. Also under communities, you can find a professional chapter or a student chapter close to you. And you do not need to be a member to participate in our chapter activities. Professional chapters can be a good place to address local community issues in the field of the technology that you're working in, and also to network and network for students that are looking, obviously to find jobs when they're through with their education. And you can also find, and we welcome you starting a chapter as well. So we hope that as a nonprofit focused on serving the community and its needs, we hope that you will encourage your local university community to take as much advantage of these resources as possible. And again, we welcome any trial requests. Are there any other questions, Ingrid, before I wrap up?
No, not yet. If may I add something really quickly before you close? May I please then say it in Spanish?
Yes, certainly.
Okay, thank you. Solo para darles una pequeña resumen de lo que nos dice, lo que nos estaba comentando Georgian, solo para aclarar y hacer énfasis en que la IEEE Computer Society es parte de IEEE. Lo único es que ellos tienen un enfoque específico en el tema de la ingeniería de sistemas, ¿ok? ¿Qué pasa? Que la IEEE tiene 36 sociedades, ¿ok? Divididas en diferentes temas. Una de esas sociedades es la Sociedad de Robotics, la otra es IEEE Computer Society, entre otras. Para las instituciones que ya tienen la IEEE Explorer, van a poder tener el contenido de la IEEE Computer Society. ¿Cuál es la diferencia? Y nosotros representamos únicamente la IEEE Computer Society. Es para aquellas instituciones que tengan facultad en ingeniería de sistemas y quieran un recurso bastante económico, completo, con cobertura en toda la área de la ingeniería de sistemas, como los nuevos carreras que están siendo de gran demanda, como ingeniería de sistemas, IT, software, bueno, todo todos los nuevos millennials saben que están muy inclinados a este tipo de carreras, y también somos conscientes que varios países están haciendo programas específicos en temas relacionados a ingeniería de sistemas. Por ejemplo, en Colombia hay instituciones que tienen un programa específico para programación. Hay un programa en la facultad para los estudiantes que se quieren enfocar en software. Así que entonces les invitamos que ustedes incluyan este producto o recurso en sus facultades de ingeniería de sistemas, porque va a tener la cobertura completa a un precio completamente accesible. Obviamente, a comparación de la IEEE Explore, es un precio muy significativo, bastante económico. Ese era como lo que les quería como aclarar en ese sentido. Lo que decimos, o lo que les explicamos a las personas es que la IEEE Explore es para las instituciones que son bien grandes, como el tamaño de la Universidad Nacional de Colombia, pero para otras instituciones más pequeñas o privadas tenemos este recurso disponible. Con mucho gusto les vamos a dar los precios, y también les queríamos dejar saber que ellos, por el tema de la crisis del COVID-19, Georgian principalmente ha sido vocera dentro de la IEEE Computer Society de cómo esta crisis ha afectado a Suramérica. Latinoamérica está bastante afectada, así que ellos han tenido bastante participación en dar precios accesibles, descuentos para las nuevas personas que quieran ser parte y adquirir este recurso. Es a través de una suscripción anual y incluiría toda la biblioteca digital, todo el contenido, ¿ok? Entonces, bueno, más preguntas nos dejan saber. Muchas gracias.
Hay una pregunta de Claudio en el chat. ¿Es posible solicitar un demo y por cuánto tiempo dura este? Lo último es esencial porque en ocasiones nos cuesta que los investigadores se informen y alcancen a revisarlo. Si es posible, Claudio, solicitar un demo. El demo usualmente tiene una validez de 30 días.
Gracias. They were asking about the trials, demos as well. For how long would it be? And then, Gabriel.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, we welcome trials. Work with ITMS to get those started. Generally, they're a 30-day trial, full access for all of your institution. And by all means, we'd be very happy to start your trial at a time that's convenient for you.
Great. Thank you, Georgianne. Gracias, Claudio, por la pregunta. Si no tienen más preguntas, estamos aquí disponibles. La sesión fue grabada. Y si no, nos pueden enviar un correo directamente a nosotros y estaremos pendientes. Georgianne, thank you very much for the presentation, for your time. Excellent.
My pleasure. Thank you all for your time and your attention. Please feel free to visit the exhibit hall and my booth. I'll be monitoring chat and happy to speak with you. There's also more resources and information that you can download from there. And I definitely would like to thank ITMS for hosting this meeting and giving me the opportunity to speak with you all. I hope to be able to meet you all in person soon.
Thank you, Georgianne.
Thank you, Georgianne. Muchas gracias a todos y lo esperamos para la próxima reunión.
Gracias a todos.